Esteemed participants, dear friends, it is my great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to each of you in this Urban Climate Change Resilience Trust Fund knowledge sharing event. According to the World Bank, around 56% of the world's population, or roughly 4.4 billion people, currently live in cities. In the Philippines, it is about 52 million people, or 51% of the population, that live in urban areas. And Manila is the world's most densely populated city. But as you know, the number of city dwellers is expected to double by 2050, with 7 out of 10 people living in urban centers. This begs a huge challenge. How do we, as cities, deal with this rapid urbanization? The urbanization growth curve will increase pressures on many urban centers and will continue to expose cities to great social, economic, and environmental challenges. These include overcrowding, air pollution, increasing inequality, lack of social services, uncollected waste with correlated health hazards, and many more. Commensurate with this challenge, of course, is that of climate change. This will be felt by cities, with rising temperatures, sea level rise, water shortages, flooding, including flooding that many of the cities represented today have already felt. While these challenges may seem daunting or even overwhelming, the good news is that there is much that cities can do, and there's much that cities have indeed already done. Over the past decade, we have learned a lot about fostering urban resilience and adaptation. And while each city is unique and possesses its own set of climate hazard risks and vulnerabilities, there are lessons that apply to all of us. One such lesson is that strong resilience requires city governments to work across ministry boundaries and budgets and collaborate with the private sector and civil society organizations. Together, they must develop a shared understanding of where vulnerabilities lie. This is why this knowledge sharing event is so timely. It is important that we bring together various sectors of society to hear the stories of the Urban Climate Change Resilience Trust Fund over the past years. This is our chance to share some of the lessons learned from the program and consider how we can continue to improve our adaptation and resilience work. I'm very pleased that you will be joined today by Charlotte Coles, the head of the UK's Indo-Pacific Regional Department, John Warburton, who is leading the UK's climate work in the Indo-Pacific region, and our very own climate team from the British Embassy Manila. As the UK, we are committed to support interventions that enhance resilience of our ecosystems, communities, and economies, while also establishing pathways for net zero and a just energy transition. This is why we are delighted to be partnering with the ADB on this initiative and key programs such as the UCCRTF. Indeed, the ADB is leading the way in financing urban resilience and adaptation efforts, but also in incorporating climate considerations across the full spectrum of its work and operations. As we celebrate National Climate Change Consciousness Week here in the Philippines, I could not think of a better time to discuss these critical issues. I wish you an excellent event, and I look forward to hearing all about it. Mabuhay.